What was the lowest low that you've hit?
You know what's really interesting? This is fascinating. I have believed, so I dropped out of college, whatever. I was doing a ton of drugs and I was not successful. And to people living in your friend's basement, doing drugs every day seems to be like rock bottom. But to me, that wasn't even close to rock bottom because I had a goal. Although I was depressed and I was doing drugs every day, I said, I'm going to make it one day. And I had a specific goal in mind. I'm going to get famous. I'm going to get attention and I'm going to make money off of working out and doing something that I love. So even though I had nothing, I had a goal. But then I gained the world, that being I had millions of dollars. I had the physique that I wanted. I was on all the steroids. I was very, very successful to other people. But then I overdosed. I almost died. That was real rock bottom for me, which is crazy that rock bottom looks so different for everybody, because I was accomplishing like every male stereotype's dream, like tons of girls, tons of drugs, muscles, whatever, money, everything. But it was rock bottom because my God was drugs. And it felt like it was so depressing because it's like, where now, right? I have everything and I almost just died and I still just want to do drugs. There's no up from here. Like life forever is going to be terrible because my only goal that I had since a young kid, I accomplished, and I still felt not happy.
You had something to lose. And when
not even something to lose, I had no more to gain.
So that was the scary part.
That's
it's kind of like game over at that point. It's like, now what do you do?
Yeah.
But you don't feel that way anymore.
No.
And how much do you think the drugs were clouding your judgment on what you had to gain and what you didn't? And what have you noticed getting sober change in your life outside of just like the ups and downs of drugs?
What happened first was I found God. So I'm a Christian now and I love Jesus Christ, right? I tried to get off drugs a billion times, could never get off of drugs. I was living for things of this world. All I wanted was more money, more drugs, higher quality drugs, more girls. That's going to make me happy. More attention. I used to be like a slave to my audience, my views. Like whatever is getting me more views, that's really important. But this is something that, a phrase that I really like. It's like, if you live by their praise, you'll die by their rejection. And so many people are so quick, especially in today. Like people that love you 1 week ago are the same people that are talking shit about you, want nothing to do with you the next week. So it was such an emotional roller coaster, constant anxiety of how do I find my fulfillment? Like, because I'm relying on you guys. The only thing that ever helped me get sober, and the only reason I was able to get sober, I tried hundreds of times, was finding fulfillment from within and my connection with Jesus Christ. That's the only way you can truly, in my experience, right? I don't know everything, whatever. In my experience, the only thing that has brought me true peace is my relationship with God.
How did you find God?
Do you guys know who Bryce Crawford is?
Mm-hmm.
It was a crazy, because I was always curious. I was agnostic, right? And so I thought, whatever, there's a God. This world is too spectacular. There's no way that this is all this craziness is a coincidence. But I can't ever like talk to God. I don't understand like how I can build that relationship. And I didn't even know where to start, right? So there was a day where I never mess up my pills. Like I got all my pill bottles like perfectly in line. And there's one pill that you take when you're taking testosterone to drop your estrogen. And for me, it was 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪�ึ which I grabbed my pill bottle, but I grabbed the wrong one. I accidentally grabbed a bottle of 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 which made me like super depressed, which is really bizarre. Because I would never take the wrong pill. Like in a million years, that just like would never happen. Somehow I took the wrong pill, crazy depressed, had no idea, because when you have no estrogen, you're like really, really like ready to actually blow your brains out. And then I saw a Bryce Crawford reel and I was like, that guy looks like he knows what he's doing. Like, bro, how do I have 10 times more money than him, 10 times more bitches, 10 times more muscles, 10 times more whatever, 10 times more everything of this world? And he is stoked on life. Another guy, he was on my For You For You page, he had cancer. He got diagnosed for the cancer with the 4th time. And he goes,
oh, I know who you're talking
I
about.
just got diagnosed with cancer for the 4th time, and this is perfect. This is amazing. This is just how it's meant to be. And I'm like, dude, I need whatever this dude's smoking, because this is crazy. How is he so stoked? And his hand of cards that he got dealt was quite literally infinitely worse than mine. I am missing out on something huge here. So that's when I was like, okay, I got to DM Bryce Crawford. I DM Bryce Crawford, and he responded in like 2 seconds. For some reason, he was already looking at his DMs. And then 3 days later, I went on his podcast, and he was able to lead me in the right direction of how can I take the first step in building a relationship with God. And ever since that day, it's like the clouds have been cleared. I don't even look at life through the same lens, because I've been put on the right path of building a relationship with God by Bryce Crawford.
That's interesting that it was a sin as well
Yeah.
that you took on the day. And
I didn't even think about that. That's crazy.
I thought
noticed,
you meant that because it was like a sin.
No, I didn't put those pieces together.
I
at all.
thought that was a part of the
mind-blowing.
story. Like you took a sin, and that was
No, I
And
should
on
have
top
next
of
time I
that,
tell that story. Now I know.
the beginning, like the inflection point of your video where you started losing money was in that poker game, and it was that hand where the flop came and it was 666. And I was like, wait, hold on a second. Like after I knew you'd already kind of turned a new leaf, and I saw that, and with the asin thing, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's it feels as if for me, God reveals himself to everybody. That's just like in one way or another. That's like how he is. Seems like to me, I was missing the mark by like so much. Like he's calling for Togi. Togi, like walk with me, trust me, I'm giving you the signs. And I was just like, whatever, ignoring everything. I almost died. And then the next day I did more drugs because I was like, whatever, I guess I got lucky. That night when I was having like, I was having seizures for like 4 hours straight. There was like a 40% chance I died that night. So it was like, you know, to me, I was like, okay, whatever. If anything, I was on the winning side of that coin. Like I was going to survive either way. But things like that, like God has been calling at me so aggressively in life, so many like small signs like this. Maybe a lot of people write them off or whatever, but eventually he just had to like be like, okay, you're taking a sin, you're getting depressed. We're going to bring Bryce Crawford in your life. So I've been super lucky to have that entire experience. And now I feel, yeah, like I said, the smoke is cleared. The lens I see the world is completely different now.